Recording in progress.
Hello Naman. Hello Raja. So we will start with by 9-6 or 9-7. So let's wait for some others to join.
Yeah, hi, Pratham.
So today what we will do? Today we will create the pages for our user sign up, user login, and user register, manager register, and all these things. Okay.
Okay.
So registration will
So,
be end
Pratham,
to
your WhatsApp is name Sigma, right?
yes.
Okay, okay. Actually, I have just pinged you regarding that thing. Today, actually, I was installing that thing, Node.js. So, just wanted to know, like, we need to install. Basically, I'm using the window laptop. In that, I'm using the WSL. Okay. So,
Okay.
I need to install it locally in window, or I need to install in that Ubuntu.
You have to install in Ubuntu. If you are
Ubuntu
running
app
it,
is
see,
running,
see,
right?
see, the thing is, you are doing it like Aditya has told, right? You have installed everything in the Windows, you are running it the Windows and running it using Windows. If you are
No,
going
no,
via
actually,
the,
no, actually, I have tried. Aditya was telling to run in window if it is not working, but after that, I have tried and converted that to string, what JSON demands.
okay, okay,
So in
you use
Ubuntu, it
JSON,
is now running
okay, okay.
with
You
JSON
used
load,
JSON
something
dot
like that.
jumps, JSON load, JSON dumps, right?
Ha, ha, correct, correct, correct. So now I
Okay,
am running in that itself, means Ubuntu WSL1.
then you have to install Node.js in the Ubuntu only because you are running it in
Oh,
Ubuntu only, right?
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Just a minute. The directory has gone. Let me copy it. Actually, yesterday only Aditya. Hello, I'm audible.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, yes.
Actually, yesterday only Aditya shared me the complete folder. So let me just set up that in that new folder. Just give
Okay,
me a
okay.
minute. The project was complete by backend, na? So earlier I was having the half complete project that was I was using
Okay,
within the
okay.
export job. So project will be mm, there are so many folders. Hmm. Hmm. So it is done. Not to, you know. Hmm. Please let me share my screen once. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just. Then let's see what is inside. It's also the backend front end folder. Let us go inside this then. Hmm. Nothing inside this. Okay, everything inside this.
And Pratham,
Let's open.
please let us also know, like, if anyhow that code doesn't match, then the Viva person say like you need to download. So it will be downloaded in local. Then how we will open all the things? You getting my point?
Yeah, yeah.
How we will
So
do
even I
that?
have done the same thing. Even I have done the same thing. Just a minute. Uh,
Because we don't know how. Because I have just able to zip. I've just watched some videos and able to zip that.
so I have actually this backend folder. Okay. So
Okay.
this backend folder I have copied inside my Ubuntu home directory and then pasted it there. This is a zip file. I have copied it, pasted it there, and now I am doing the same thing of extracting it and showcasing it. Okay.
Okay. Under the
So
PK that folder, right?
yeah, and in that folder I have just copied the folder here and then unzipped it. And now you see in the backend folder I have two folders, backend and frontend API.md, which it has created. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me just open this in. Now this is the backend, this is frontend. Okay. Now let us go to the terminal. Inside the backend folder, I want to create npm. Okay. So project name is frontend, which is the same project. Add TypeScript. No, no. Yes, router I want to add. Pinia, no. White test for testing, no. No, no need. We're done. Now npm.
Okay. The same thing we also need to follow if we are unzipping and showing.
Yes, exactly same thing.
Okay.
That's why I unzipped in front of you. So
Yes, yes, it is needed.
because at times I have also told you earlier, na, one student was there last time. He took around half an hour for just running the backend and its frontend was
Oh,
not running. And then he took around half an hour for running the frontend only.
oh,
I have taken his Viva around
mm-hmm.
1.5 hours. So this
Oh.
thing, he has requested the instructors and done that thing. So that's why.
As a student side, it is means hectic for us also and a nervousing thing
That's
if
yeah,
the things are not running.
that's why you have to be careful for that. That
Uh,
you are running this in Ubuntu. Ubuntu works faster than Windows. So if you are running
mm,
something in Windows, like the Aditya way, if you go by that way, because he has
mm,
already installed everything in the Windows, in the Ubuntu, everything Python is installed, every library is installed, and in Ubuntu he has completely installed Python globally. Everything is
oh,
there. So that's why
mm.
he did not took time for creation of this virtual environment and all these things. But when we create the project in virtual environment, which is a good practice to do, so it takes time to create it there.
In Windows.
Yeah, in Windows it takes time. Okay.
Mm.
So npm. Now it is running. See, project is now running. Fine. Okay. So let us just close this. Let us go to the backend folder. Okay, no file is screaming here. Package, let me just delete this. Okay, also let me install the backend. Let me go inside the backend. Backend and let me install. Okay. Virtual environment is see how fast virtual environment is created here,
Right,
right?
right.
So inside backend, I have created the virtual environment. Okay.
Making project is one thing and running all these stuffs are another thing.
Yes. Okay. So it is activated now. Let us install the required libraries. rest plus SQL me and Redis, Celery plus cache. This is how Linux fast works faster or faster than the fastest.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yes.
working fast.
So till showing that, let me just open the folder again. Okay. Mm, close this folder now. Open folder. Backend is this. Okay, now it will not show any difference. Okay, this remain to be imported. Okay, all fine, right? Let's look at everything. Yeah, everything is fine now. Clear? This backend is ready. Backend close this. Frontend is also ready. Okay. So let's start with the development now. So firstly, what thing we have to do? Go to the favicon, remove this favicon if you want. Otherwise, ignore just ignore this. Okay. Then we have this src folder. In this, remove all these three files. Control, select all of them, and just delete all of them. Okay. Go to router index. So just keep it as it is. Okay. Go to components, icons. No need for icons. Just delete this folder. Okay. Then home world view, welcome item view. No need for all of them. Just select and delete them. Okay. You will be getting simple apps. Views folder is not needed. Let us delete them. Okay. Okay. White config yes. Now. Okay. Now what we do here is we set up this structure. Let us first ignore this files in white config.js. So अभी देखते हैं installed Flask course, right? Just check once. Main.py is main.py. Flask course he has done or not?
I think not. Because you
Okay,
are a
course is
that.
course he has not done.
Mm,
Okay, so what we can do in this case is we can just define our. I have already shown you. Let me open that folder also. Let's ignore this. No worries. Mm, let us go to the front end. Okay, now our app is now clean. Okay, this is extra things are removed. It is now almost clean. So this is also need to be removed from here. Okay, this everything is useless for us. Delete this now. Okay, app.view is now clean. Main.js. In main.js, we are not going to import anything. Okay, then this thing is there. Yeah, everything is now work fine. Clear? Anything else we need to remove? No, let's remove this from white tab to GRO grocery store app. Okay, this divide app is there. Type module script, everything is as it is there. Yeah. So let us now import Bootstrap also. Mm,
So with that
Bootstrap is there.
standard things, so these are not caught in flag, right?
Yeah, these are not for flag. The main thing which comes in flag is every line of code is same, every variable is same, and everything is same. Then some, even if any other file which is same, okay. So those things get flag generally.
Okay.
Arrays
Because
folder
these
we,
things are standard things
yeah, these are standard
imported
things.
language. Hmm.
Yeah, this need not to be imported, right? Import view from dot views and all. Let us comment this first. Okay, then this home view we will comment it later on. Okay, this ignore this. Okay, so now we are good to go with our development process. Okay. Now let us go to first app.js. Let us see first index.html. Okay. When index.html loads for the first time, let me try to run the front end. Mm, It will not show anything as far as I think. You see, it is saying that errors are there because app.src view is empty. Okay. Why is it saying app.src view is empty? At least one template is not there and all these things. So let me explain you what is the issue happening now. Let us go to the app. Let me just close this. Okay. So because you need to know understand how to debug these things, right? So sometimes these kind of things come in front of you. It is opened here. Which file is this? Okay, I mistakenly got inside this code. Node modules. Okay, okay. So this is the grocery store app. Okay. Index.html. I have already explained you this thing that we add this div id app, right? Then everything will attach to this app only. Div id app, div tag only, everything gets attached. Clear? On the load of this HTML page, everything get attached to this div id, div app, div tag with along with this id app. Okay. Now it is connected to main.js. Clear? Now let us go to main.js. It is not connected to any of the router files or index.js. It is not connected to anywhere. Let us now go to main.js. Now in this main.js, we are importing this create app from view, the same thing which we have done yesterday also. Okay. Then this import app from app.view. Now it is importing this app from this app.view, but we have not defined any app here. Okay. Now we are importing this router from router.view. Okay. Then so this is importing some things from here, some things it is importing from here. Then it is using app.use router it is using, and then mounting the app, the same thing which we have done yesterday also, right? And this create app is the same thing which we have done yesterday also. View.create app we write. So generally we are writing this because we are app is the view app only, app view only. So that's why we are not writing view.create app. Clear? This
So
is the same code
main.js
which
is like that main dot
main
py,
file,
right?
main
Main
file.
dot py. If I
Yes, you
talk
can think
about
it like
backend.
that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. We are when we run the HTML, it connects with the main.js only, and then main.js create the app, getting its app from app.view and router from this router. Okay, router.js. Where
Then
is the
JS
router?
function will start from main.js itself.
Yes, this
Uh,
now this router is not actually this router. If you think that this router is there, but this is not this router. Index.js is different, and the router which is inside this main.js is different. This router is from your view. Okay, this router is from your node modules. You can say node modules or whatever you have created here, right? when we are creating the project, we have selected that include what was include router view for view, right? When we were creating the project, it has shown us. Let me show you that same thing again. Where is the quick start? See, these are the questions which it asked for. It asked for this router for single page application development, and I have done that thing to yes, and that's how it is calling this view router, importing this view router here. It is importing this view router from the node module. Okay. After this, it is const app create app.use router and this mounting the app. Clear? Now we go to it is importing something from app.view. Now this app.view is the main file, you can say. After this main file main.js, this app.view is the main file which connects our all the routers and all the apps together. Clear?
Means
So
backend
what
and
we
all
write in this,
API endpoints
you
you
can say
will
no, no. It is for connecting our app.view with template. As you have seen that when we have run the app for the first time, it has shown us it is what is the issue it's shown. It's shown us that pre-transform at least one template or script is required for a single file component. Clear?
Yes.
And it got their code to this app.view file, which is inside the src folder. So it is this app.view file. Clear? It gone its code to this file app.view, and now app.view is not actually defined. So we have to define the code here. Now what will come here? So the same thing which we defined in the HTML page, similar thing we define here. So template. Okay. Now inside this template, what we write? We write div and keep its ID as app. Okay. And inside this, what do we want to show? Inside this div, what do you want to show? You want to show the router view. Okay. So we show router. As you see, it is automatically coming router view, router view. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Now let us go down. And they have also said that at least one or script tag is required. Okay. So let us add script also. So it is defining script. Now we have to export this, right? Because we have to export this also. Now I explained you this thing that we export files also because we
Hmm.
are importing this app in main.js. So that's why we have to export from here,
Export, yes, yes,
right?
correct, correct.
So we write export default, as a default thing. Okay, and make it named as name of the app is app. This is the same app which the backend, which the main.js file is taking. Clear?
Yes.
And then just close this. Clear? This export default, we are defining the name of this component, you can say. We are defining the name of this component, and this component is that component which main.js file is taking here from app.view. Import app. This app is not the file name actually. This app is actually this app which we have defined here. If I write apple here, this, and so I have to define apple here only. Clear? And also I have to write apple here. File name is app.view also. The thing is, this is also app. Clear?
Yes.
You can write router view like this, like opening this and closing this, or you can also write router view like this. Router view. Okay, let me just erase this. And instead of this, you can just write it like this. Okay, both the things are same. Router view like this or router view like that, both the things are same. Clear? Let us proceed further now. Now this router view is there. Now it is also importing this route. Now let us go to this. It is creating the router. Okay, it is creating this. It is now, let us go to index.js. Okay, Now in the syntax of JS, we have these routes defined. These things are already defined by the VueJS structure of all the files. So we need not concern about these things. What things we have to change is, we change this thing, this is now final. Now we will not come back to this file. This will work as it is. Clear? This file is done. We need not to open this file again. Now if I run the front end again, it will run and it will not show me anything. Now you see this button is coming here, which is telling me VueJS DevTools and all. So I don't want this button to come, right? Why is this button coming? Because we have installed this Vue using White. So when we install Vue using White, it gives us this extra thing. So how to remove this extra thing? Just comment this. Okay, and also comment this. Now everything works fine. Server is started. You see, this is blank page is coming. Why is this a blank page? Because we have not defined any router view. And see, no error is coming also. No error is coming here, right? No error is coming here like earlier error was coming. So now every focus now shifts to your route, what we call is every focus, all the focus now shifts to this router.view which we have defined in the app.view. This. Okay. Now let us go to the index.js, and in this page we will import some files which we have defined here in components. So let us define one file. Let's say inside the components we call this home view. Clear? Now what do you want in this file to show? Let's say if I open my app for the first time, what do you want to show on the app page? You want to show that welcome
Login
to
page.
grocery store app, and now choose your role to log in.
Yes, yes.
Yes, this is
Login
what
page
you
and
want to
stuff.
show because there are login credential, login buttons to login page, right? We can say like that.
Yes, 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 yes.
So what we do, we define, let's say, our template now. Okay, it is again coming router view. So let us, as we have installed Bootstrap also, so let us use Bootstrap classes. Okay, div class.
And in that index.js, so all the routers will be defined in this. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. In index.js, we will define all the routes. All the
Okay,
route
okay.
only, all the routes.
All the routes.
This
Yes.
slash, what should happen at slash, what should happen at what
hmm
place.
And
We will
these are
define all this.
exported to app.view, correct?
Yes, these are exported to app.view.
Yes.
Not actually exported, you can say this router view comes from this app.view, right? Okay. This router view goes to the main.js, and this main.js is actually taking the folder. This is the folder, right?
Yes,
See,
yes, yes. Flash
SRC
router. Yeah.
folder
Hmm.
index.js. So it is actually taking the folder, like the complete folder. It is defined. So index.js it is taking and then working together. Okay. So from this it got, from this thing it got the router view, and from this it got all the routes. So all these things defined together created the app, used the router, and then mounted the app. If you see index.view, you see here we are also defining export default router. That's why we are importing this router here. This router, router. If I write some other word here, I write banana here, then it will be the banana coming here. Export default banana. Okay.
Got it, got it.
And this export default banana. So this thing should be there. Okay. Now remember one thing, while defining the component's name, the component's name should be like two word way. You can say like home view. Why I've written view? Because this is default thing in view, that the whatever be the component we are defining, it should be two word separated without separate any space and all, and one capital should be in both, at least two capitals should be there. You can think it like that. Home view. So it is just like, let's say I cannot write, I cannot write home view. I should write only capital H and then capital V dot view. This is the definition for defining components name. Clear? If you try defining just home dot view, it will show you error. That definition is not like that. Okay.
Got it. Got
So now let us have some container, and this in this container, what we want is let us have home page. This is the home page, right? So let us keep let us go to Bootstrap. Use Bootstrap cards. Okay. Bootstrap. So div class card and select a bigger card. Let's take some. This will work better, right? I think so. Featured and hmm, this will look better. So in this we will just add the buttons. So let's just go to click and format document. You see it get formatted here inside of that. Okay. Now div closed here, card body, block code, ignore this thing, ignore the footer thing. Okay, so let's write instead of this, let's have buttons here. And instead of buttons, what we want is we want to have the links of this admin login page, then user login page, and manager login page, right? We want to have pages, right? So let's have a router link. Okay. Yeah, I'm writing router link, not writing router v. Okay, router link. So where is this router link going to? Router link to, okay, this router link is to not groceries, actually it is admin. Okay, then this will be class, let's say button primary, and then let's write admin. Okay, then user, then let's say not logout, actually it will be manager. Okay, so here the router name we have defined. Block code thing we can remove later on. We will see how does it look like. Okay, now this template is defined for us. Okay, let us add something also here. Card title, let's say, right, choose your role. Okay, now we have defined the template file. Now what we do, we export this template because we are importing it somewhere else in the index.js, right? So we write the same thing, script. Inside script we write export default not class. Inside export default we write the name of this component. What is the name of this component? We can call this name as, let's say, home view. Okay, home view, and that is all, comma, and then just close this. Clear? Close
Yes,
the statement because it is a JavaScript statement.
you
Now
can
we
change.
go to
Hello, hello.
yes.
You can change the class name of a manager. BTN danger is there.
Okay, okay. It's okay. We are just showcasing it. Okay, no worries. Manager. It is just the color, na? It is admin is pink, oh, blue. This is secondary is black. This is red. This
Okay,
is just
okay,
the
okay.
color.
No worry.
It's just color only, na? So that is completely okay. So now let's go to index.js. Now what we want, import home view. It is already showing that. Let me just complete this, but this is not how we import this. Import is from @ component slash, inside this component folder we have home view, VOMT slash view. Okay, I hope I have written this correctly. Let me, or it should be like slash also, it should be there, no? Yeah, it is now defining it properly. Rest on hovering it is telling me slash component slash home view dot view. Okay, so it is now indicating me the file name. Complete this. Okay, so now we write here component name. Let's say I call the name as home, and component is home view. This is the same name which I have defined here. Clear? So now let us run the frontend again. Control click. You see it is now working. Here, how fast it loads, you see here. Admin page is there, user page is there, manager is there. Clear?
Yes, yes.
It is not looking good, so to beautify this, let us use little bit AI. Okay, so I have used Codium. So Codium has this thing. It's Control I and select the code, Control I, and write the command. Make it. Now let's alt accept. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, clear? Choose your role, admin, login, and if you want to, it's vertically centered. Let's do that as well.
It's that control I, right?
Yeah, Control I. Just it is using AI and rewriting your code, same code and all. So very easy thing and time saving. Alt proof, and you see now it is looking better, right? Yes.
After control I, what you enter?
Control I. Control I. This is
Then
the Codium command actually. We have used this
okay,
thing
okay,
Codium in Mad1 also. So actually it helps in, see, these things, writing these, designing things and all. This is not our actually task, right? How does this look like and all? We can just
okay.
define it simply that it should look like this. That's simple,
Okay,
right?
after control I, what you enter
Select
in?
this, select
Okay,
this, write Control I, and then write whatever command you want to write, whatever prompt you want to write. That make it look like this, make it look like that, and all. Okay.
okay, okay.
There is one more command like this. Select this, right click, and Codium explain selected code block. Now it will explain you the complete code. Simple login page with card layout displaying a title and 3 rows based on navigation links using the router link components. Clear?
Okay. I think what you have earlier you have told some other tool. I'm not able to
Yeah,
recall
earlier
that.
I have told tab 9.
Tab 9, yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
So
tab
we can
9
use either.
works. You can use both because both have different features. If you go to the index.html or let's say we go to main.py, okay, you see tab 9 is also coming here, Codium is also coming here. Explain and generate stock string. document, explain, test, edit, tab 9. So it is by tab 9, it is by Codium. So there are those two different things are there.
Anything we can use.
You can use, I would prefer to use both because tab 9 is faster and Codium has these kind of commands which automates your code inside in place, which changes your code
Okay.
in place.
Okay.
Okay. So this is done. Now what do you want? We want to create this admin, user and manager. Clear? So let's call this user login instead. Right? User login and let's say admin dash login manager. Now we have to define these routes. These are actually routes. We have to define these routes in our index.js. Now how do we define this? We have to import these pages first. Import these first. Okay, so let us go to make these first, a new file. Okay, let us create admin login. Admin. Clear? So in admin login again, let us create template. We will beautify it later on using the Codium. Okay, Codium or Postman, whatever you want. So let us just write simple codes first for the admin login. So how should the admin login page should look like? How do you want the admin login page to look like? It will have the username, password, right?
For admin only, please.
For admin only, right?
Yes, yes.
So now we write the same type of things which we have defined earlier too. Okay. So in the template, we define, let's say, div little bit bootstrap I'm using. Okay, class, let's say container margin top 5. Okay, so let's use this automatically, which is giving. Okay. So this, what is this generating? This is generating by Codium or you can say by tab 9. So both are generating this code actually, but not every time they generate the same code and correct code which we read. So this is generating this thing which we actually don't need, right? So card body is there. In card header we have written admin login. Now what we want is we are defining form. So for form in Madman we have done the action here, right? So in the form what we want is action. Now we are not defining action here because it is not your simple HTML. We have to define view. So we define here form submit prevent submit dot add submit dot prevent. So it will prevent submit to the form. And now what will it do? It will create login. This is a function. Okay. That means it will submit form submit. It will prevent the form from submitting. And when we click on submit, it will go to this admin login admin function. Clear? That is looking better. Clear?
Yes, yes.
So let us write email. Form group it is suggesting. So let us write email. So see, form div class form group, the base bootstrap thing basic. Okay, label for email, input type email. So what thing we need, we actually need here. So what things we need is we need actually the main thing is v model here. So which v model is coming here as email. Clear? In bootstrap when we do the Madman project, we use name thing there. But in Vue, we use v model. VMODEL. So it will get the name email here. Clear?
Yes.
This is the basic thing we are defining. Okay, let's just copy paste and all. So password, v model password required. Okay, then now this, then this button type submit. Okay, and then close the form. Div, closing div, closing div again, closing div again, closing div again. What is it coming? Leave this. None of our concern. Okay. So now let us do simple thing. Script, and inside the script we just write export default. Now in this case, what are we going to export? What are we going to export? In this case, we are going to export the complete data, then methods, and then whether it is mounted or not. These things we are going to export in this. Clear? Earlier in this home view, what we exported? We exported just the name. Clear? We exported just the name, right? But now
Okay.
what we export is, we will export the name also, data and everything we will export. The data, methods, and in methods we will define the login method and all these things. Okay. So how to do that? Let us also use some other things. Let me check what is in the API actually. Applications, this is auth API. So in this we have, this is actually login, right? So def post, later or get email, email and password is taking. So we need to take only these values there in the front end. Okay. Then message, both email and password fields are required if nothing is coming. So then user not found, incorrect password. This is a message, it is returning. So we have to show the message also, right? You have to show the message also, na? If it is returning something, so you have to show the message also. So how to do that thing? It will work or not? So let us go to our structures. Yeah, close the backend and go to your app login. Now we will have this small ID. Ignore this. Input a password, vmodel is password, and vmodel is email thing. This is done. Now let us show some error message also. Okay, what error message we want to show? That the message which is coming from the backend. What was the message? The message was user not found, incorrect password, and your account detail is pending. So either you can show this thing using the error message, or you can show this thing using the alert. Alert, which I have shown you yesterday, that alert and write the message, it will show it in alert. Okay. Other thing is it will show in the error message. So let us do this showing in the error message. So let's have before the login button, because you see it is already showcasing this. So let us use the error message also. Okay. So div, in this small div tag we will have this vif directive, and it will see if there is some error message coming from the backend or not. Clear? And what is this error message? We will define below. I am just defining some variables here. These variables are not used below. So we will define these variables also below. Clear? I am just defining these variables here. Bear with me and you will see that how it will work actually. Clear? Now let's have,
Yes.
in this let's have class. Class is, let's say, danger class. Text danger. Let's keep text danger. Okay. Then error message we will showcase. Here, if there is error message, it means that if there is error message, then and class is text danger, it will show means red color text it will show, and it will show that error message in red color. Clear? Whatever be the error, it will show the error message in red color. Is it clear? Okay. So now
So
let
it will
us
pop up
move.
or what?
No, no, not pop-up like thing.
In alert
It
it will
will
pop up,
just
right?
in alert it pop-ups, but in this case it will just show in the front end itself. Just front
Okay,
end
okay, okay.
means it will show just above the login button. Because
Hmm.
in whenever you log in somewhere, you also see this thing just below the above the login button or just below the password.
Okay, 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 got it.
Got it? Okay. So now let us write the script. Now in this script, what we do? Export default. What are we going to export now? Firstly, data. See, once you write this thing, this automatically suggests that these things should be there. Okay. This is automatically suggesting that these things should be there. So let's just autocomplete. So what is it returns? Data should return email, password, and error message. These three things. Clear?
Yes.
These three things are there. And also, let's close this now. After this, what we want to have is this is closing of this bracket. Now let us close the data bracket here and then add methods. Export default data, then methods. Okay, methods colon. Now in this methods, what we want is to define. We have to define this admin login which we have defined here. Login admin. Clear? So let us define this admin login as a async method. Why we are doing the async? Because it should happen asynchronously without any issue. Clear? So as async uh, login admin. Now this is the main thing which we have to do. This above thing which we have done here, this anyone can do using ChatGPT and all. But this is the main thing which we have to do and take care of because this is the place where we face so many issues. We do most of the errors. Okay. So now in this function, we are defining the JavaScript function here little bit using. So what we do here, we see if in this case, if we see if this dot error message is none, or we can say if this is null. Okay. If this error message is null, that means in this place, if we are going to log in, okay, initially what it do, if we are clicking on this login button, initially what it does, it will set this error message thing to null. Clear? And also we can define it null here. Clear?
Can you please repeat once what the last you said, where we need to click?
Let me first write it completely, then explain you. Clear?
Okay, okay.
Because half you will not understand properly. So let's have create the payload for the API. Okay. Payload. Now what thing we want in the payload? We want email. This dot email and password. This dot password. Now what are these email? This email and this password. What is this email and this password? This email and this password are those which are in the, you can say this email, this password are those which are in the uh, backend, which are coming in the backend, which data dot request dot json the we are doing in the backend, right? This thing we are doing now, data zero request dot json. So it is getting email and this password. So this is the same password name. If I change this password name, so I have to change this thing also. Is that if I have to change this thing also, email and password. Clear? This is the payload thing. What is this payload? I will explain you. No worries. Okay, let us write the complete code. The payload thing means this is the thing which we are going to send in the backend using the API. Fetch API, we will send this thing to the backend. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes. Means
Let me
this
run the
dot email and this dot password will be going to backend, correct?
Yes, this is the thing.
Signature.
What will this dot email contain? This dot email will contain the email which we have written on the front end.
Front
This
end,
dot
correct,
password will contain the password which we written on the front end, and these things we are going to send to the backend. Okay.
correct, correct.
So why? I think that error will also come in my case. Hmm. Why is not running? And 3 is there, huh? Oh, sorry, I am not in the backend folder. Okay. So now it is running here. Clear? Now we do, because we have defined this async function. So inside this function, we want to have the await also. Okay. So let's try to get some data. So this is the thing which it is already showing. Okay. So let us try making a post request to the backend. Okay. Once response equals. Now, how do we do this? We'll do await fetch. Now, what all things should go in the fetch? What all things should go in the fetch? And we are doing fetch with which API? We are doing with slash, let's write it completely, one https colon slash slash 127. Let me just copy this and paste it here, slash API slash login, right? This was the API here. This is auth API, and he has defined this thing in api.py or main.py. API, yeah, API and login. API.login for the login thing. Then this API manager ID for, I think it was for approving the manager, and then API manager for getting the manager details. Okay. So this auth API has 3 things. So you see here, this is for getting all the managers. If it is not admin, it will not show anything. It is for getting all the managers, right? Then it is for getting login, and this API is for approving a manager. So it comes with a manager ID, which you have already seen there. Okay. Then this signup API is different thing which you use for signup. So let us go admin login. So this login. Okay. Now inside this fetch API, how should we do this fetch API call? We should do it using our methods. Okay. Which method? Post. Clear? Because we are doing a post request. Okay. Then we should have headers in it. Now what are these things I am writing? I will show you. Okay, just bear with me. So in this fetch API, I am writing HTTPS this, the API load I love, the API, the URL I have written. Then after this, I have written slash API slash login. Now if I go to the, you see, now you see missing authorization header, because API.login also has one get request. That's why it is using that get request. Missing authorization header, it is returning. Now let me go to inspect. Now let us learn inspect a little bit. Okay, go to network. Okay, let us rerun this. Go to login. Now you see this is what it returns. How to see this thing? These are the headers. It is saying 401 unauthorized. Okay, then this is how we are sending the content type application.json, getting the content type from the backend. Okay, now this is how it is. This is none of the use. The main thing is this. Okay, how is the response coming? This response is coming from the API. What is the initiator? There is no. How is the timing? This is all. So whenever you face any issue in the connection with front end and back end, okay, because you may not, maybe your backend is not working properly with the front end. So just go to the, when you run the API, or just go to the front end and go to the network tab, inspect, go to the network tab and just refresh the page. It will show which API is not fetching the contents. Then you will get to know that what is the issue. It is saying missing authorization header. Okay. Now missing authorization header is because of this thing, get JWT entity. JWT required is written, we have written here. So it is, we have not passed anything inside this. Okay. That's why it is not returning us anything. Clear?
Yes. It means like a token, right? We need to.
Yeah, token. Yeah, token is not there. Inside missing, it is said missing authorization header. Inside the header, provides the token. Inside the header, if I show you this thing, header, if we go there, okay, so this was the get request. Okay. If this was a post request or even get request in header, you see request headers. You see request headers. You see here. What is the thing which we are requesting? So this is the type of content which we are requesting from the backend. Okay. Then it also contains the API token which we are passing. Okay, this is telling this host name and all these things. Okay. So let us now close this. So admin login is not working exactly. If you go to inspect, you just refresh the page to network and see, refresh the page. You see that it is not returning anything. Okay. Just the bootstrap things are getting loaded. It is not returning anything else. You can also see the code here which you have written in the backend, but not proper code is visible. This kind of code is visible here in the preview of what is happening in the here. So actually what it does is it converts everything what you are doing in to simple JavaScript. You see, this simple JavaScript is very complex to understand. This is how it converts the view thing into the simple JavaScript. Okay. So this again not concern for you. Let us just go to the app and let us go admin. Why is it not working? Okay. Now here is this, yeah, admin login. So now we are passing the headers because initially while logging in, we need not to pass any what we call it, this load token.
Token.
While logging in, we do not have any token. So we're not going to pass any token while logging in.
Yes, yes.
Yes. When we logged in, then we get some token and save that token into a local storage, and then we pass that token inside our headers. Okay.
Is after logging.
It is after login.
Hmm.
Okay. So now what we are doing is, as I told you, we write body with JSON.stringify payload. What is the payload which I have already defined here? Clear? This is the payload. Clear this thing?
Yes, yes.
Now, because we are still inside the async function, so we can have different await requests. So now, if we are going to fetch this thing, so what it does inside this async login, whenever anyone clicks login, so set this error message to null. For initially, set this error message to null. Then set this const payload thing to the email and password which you are setting. Then this email and password gets to the this API via the post request, and then by stringifying it using the payload. JSON.stringify payload. Clear? Now let's have the result or the data. Result. This is the result which we are getting from the backend after these things get validated. Await response. Now response.json we are getting here from the backend. Clear?
Hmm.
This response thing, I already told you that this is a response thing which fetch API returns us. Fetch API returns us response. I told you, right? Yesterday.
Yes.
So this is the response. Response you will see everywhere in this code. Response is the thing. Now if we check now if the response is okay or not, because fetch API does not check whether the response is coming is proper or not. We have to check that thing. Okay. If okay means it checks whether the code is coming, error code coming is 200 or not. Okay. We check, let's say response is not okay. If the response is not okay, then what to do? We have to handle the errors, right? Let us handle. Okay. Now what should happen? This dot error message should become result dot message. Else handle the success case, right? Handle success case, and let me write here also alert mm, login successful. Okay, we are alerting. See what we are doing here. We are checking if the response is not okay and handling the error. Clear? Is it clear? And if this error message is not coming, then we can also say that if this error message is not coming, then just show the message like login failed or some internal server error you can show. Or let's say something went wrong. Clear? If maybe this error message is not coming from the backend. Only in that scenario, this is OR condition in JavaScript. OR condition checks if this is coming, if this is not coming, then set this value to this error message and then show it inside the page. Clear?
Got it.
Any doubts in this?
So the error message will come from backend.
Yes, error message comes from backend. As you can see here, we have defined so many error messages here. Na?
Okay,
Message
okay.
your account status pending, incorrect password, user not found, both email and password fields are required, and all these things. Actually, this thing will not be any issue because when we are requesting data from the front end, okay, without using the API things and all, then obviously we are passing data, both the data, because we have set up this thing in the front end. This is backend validation, and also we have front end validation. We have set up here that email is required and password is required. Without entering the email and password, no one can click on this login button. Empty thing, no one can log in. And if no one can log in the empty thing, then this thing becomes irrelevant. Where is that? Uh, yeah. This thing becomes irrelevant here, right? But the thing is, when we are creating the APIs in the backend, we take care of these things also because whenever, because the thing is, in actual situation, API call is not always by the front end thing. API call can also be by the Postman or the Thunderbolt and all these things. Clear?
Yes, yes, clear.
Okay. So this is the one which we are creating. So now we did else handle the success, alert, login successful. Now this is local storage. See what is the name? Local storage is S capital. Okay, local storage dot set item. We are setting the item. What is that item name? Item name will be token. You can say key value pair. So let's say I call this admin. I am setting the item name as admin token. Okay. Result. Result will also return me a token. Why? Because if you see auth API.py, it is returning me some token. This token it is returning me. Right? This message result returns me, token returns me, username returns me, user role it returns me. Clear? Is it
Okay.
clear?
Okay. So the token, where it is stored?
It is stored in the local storage of the browser.
Browser storage. Okay. Okay.
Yes, browser local storage. Set item local storage. We are setting it in local storage. Set item admin token. We are naming this token as admin token. Why I am naming this admin token? Because if I want that admin, user, and the manager should be simultaneously logged in the same browser, then I can do this thing. Let's set admin token, name it as admin token. Otherwise, I can just set up it as token. In this scenario, every time whenever I log in as admin and I am already if I am logged in as admin and I now try in the another tab, I try to log in as the custom user or the manager, then when I go back to the admin page, then this and refresh the page, admin page will not work because a token will not be valid in that scenario. Clear? So if I set this token to different names, it is just like you can say dictionary thing, key value pairs. So if I write it as admin token, if I call it as admin token, then in my local storage of the browser, it will set the admin token as the key and its value will be this token. Whatever the token is, we are getting from the backend. Clear?
Yes. Yes. Clear.
Now we are doing this dot router. This router thing, dollar router we are doing. Okay. Dollar router dot push. Pushing to this URL. After this login, it should push me to the admin dashboard. Or let's say call admin dashboard is at slash admin only. Okay. Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now after admin dashboard, uh, let us what do we want to do now? Now we have checked this. Now we have to close this try. Try is there. Now this is we have closed. So now inside this try we have to after this try you have to do the catch also, right? After this try you have to do the catch also now. So now let's do catch. If there is any error, then catch the error. Okay. And console dot log the error. Console error dot error. It will just log the error. That's all. Clear? Or other thing you can say is if there is some error, then if there is some error, then what to do? If there is some error, whatever is the error, that means response is not okay. Okay. Or this thing is not working properly. This try fetching thing is not working properly or it is not returning any valid response. So what should we do? Then in that scenario, we just write unable to connect to server. Okay. Dot message clear? Any doubts in this?
No.
No. Okay. Now let us see how it works. So this is we have closed here. After this, these closing these things are important because this is the way, this is the place which gives mistake. Okay. So when we open this methods is done pink. Then just use this is done here. Okay. Catch this error. Then after this is for async login. Okay. Now this comma. Okay. Now this is for our methods. Now after methods, there will also be another comma, and after this is after this. So let us just close this. Okay. Now admin login will work. Now what we have to do? We have to go to the page. Which page we have to go? We have to go to our index.js and add another component here. Import admin login, it is automatically importing this from here. Okay, now just define another thing here, copy this and paste it here. Path should be admin dash login. Okay, then name, let's say admin login, and component is admin login. Just remove this from here. Clear? Any doubts in all this? Any doubts in all this? Raja, Naman?
No doubt.
Okay, so let us
And course
see.
will be required or not in our case?
Course, it will work without course also. Let's see if
Okay,
it
okay.
works. And let us write admin and no admin. Admin, what is the username and password for this database? Users admin at gs.com, password is 2030. Admin at gs.com, password is 2030. Okay, let me write some wrong password. Unable to connect to server, it is telling. If I write 2030, it is again telling unable to connect to server. So let me check once what is the issue. So whenever there is an issue, just go to the network tab, console, it will tell us. See, course is getting failed now. So access to fetch at this API login from origin localhost has been blocked by course policy. Okay. So for this case, the requested resource, if an opaque response needed, you need. Okay. The course, this is because of course thing is not causing the issue. Okay. That is a error which is showing as expected when nothing works properly. So now how to set up the course thing. So what we can do for the course thing, we go to the white config.js and inside this we add a proxy. Okay, so we add proxy and in this proxy we define this API. Getting close. I think got closed when opened. We define with something called as proxy in this resolve. We define this proxy and this we define as API. Okay, what is that?
Backend.
Whatever the target. Yeah, this is we are doing inside our front end. So we define our API as the local host of backend
Local host. Okay.
127.0.0 not 800, it is 5000. Okay, and how are you defining this? That API request comes and change origin true, and then this change origin is the thing which we are defining here, which makes it work. Okay, so now bracket issue is coming again. This thing is there, then this is there. Okay. One bracket is not getting closed, no? Resolve after this. Define configuration, then plugins is there, is closed. Resolve is there. Then we have this one is opened. Resolve has been opened. Then this is getting closed. Then this one is getting closed. Proxy one. And then resolve is getting closed here. After this, we have to close this also, no? Using this and this. Okay. Now I hope it should work. Okay, it is restarted now. Let's see if it works. So email. 2030. Again, cost issue is there. Yeah, again, cost issue. Means it is not proper. Backend is running now. Let us set up this thing here. Yeah, this is the error which is coming, right? So, yeah, proxy on your server. Oh, this is the thing which you are doing, huh? Create a proxy of this. And target is then secure is false, else this. I think we have not written it, exact thing. Proxy and API target is HTTPS or HTTP. Oh, okay, I forgot that thing. That when we go to admin login, so here we have to update this also. Then in this scenario, we have to update this. Remove it from here. Okay, now I hope it should work. Alright. Yeah, now it is working fine. Unable to connect to server. Huh? Now it is not returning that error. So admin at gs dot password 2030. Okay. Huh? Local not found. What is the issue? Payload it is passing properly. Response is not coming anything. Okay.
I think your screen gets freezed.
Is it still freezed?
Yeah, Stack Overflow is showing.
Okay. Is it for you also, Naman?
No, from my side it's okay. It's okay for from my side.
Okay, let me join again.
So it is going. Go there. Is that? Localhost slash. Okay, it is doing at that host, na? Change origin. Is that white config.js? Target is same. Actually not required. Actually, slash. Instead of this API. So after this, what is happening is it is found this URL as this. So if I am writing it like API slash login, so you see it is sending the API request to this front-end URL only. If I just refresh this and write anything here, okay. So what it does is it is sending post request to this URL. Okay. So strict origin when cross sharing. API/login it is doing. Issue is here. Domain is changed. Okay. So that is the target is the same. This is the same. Still not. Why is it not working then? It is defined properly. Then why not working? It is there. Where was that thing? The mistake is done somewhere. Let me open that. The thing is, there are two ways to do this. One way is that do the cause thing on the backend. Okay. So other way is do this cause thing setup in the white config.js. So in the backend he has not done this. That's why this error is coming. So if we this is the another way. So let me check. I have done this somewhere else also. Mm, yeah, I recall. Just a minute. Yeah, this way. So here is this. Proxy API, yeah, and this is the same thing which we have done. Okay, yeah, server also we have to write. This is a different thing inside this server. And that's what I was thinking now. What is the issue? So let me just copy this. Server and server then proxy. So this is the same code. You can keep it for your reference also. Okay.
So we can use same code, right?
Yeah, this thing can be same. Inside this is inside this server. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. This is the same code which you can use. I was using this inside proxy only, but you have to use this because server was also changed, right? So we have to use this inside server also. So let us check if it works now. Hmm. Again the same error. This server was outside of this, na? X, and this comes outside of this. Resolve and server is a different thing. Okay. Yeah, now it's working fine. This is the previous code. Okay. Let me just rerun it. Now let us log in. Admin at admin@js.com. Then we have 2030 was the password. Login successful. Now we redirect to the admin route. Clear? The admin route is not defined. That's why this error is coming. Now you don't need to define this thing anywhere else. This is the course thing done. This is the final course thing. Now you don't worry for course anywhere or all. And also whenever you go this in this admin login and anywhere, instead of writing the complete URL, you just write this APIs login only, because this thing we have already, the initials of this already we have defined inside our white config.js.
So can you please share this code, this one?
Yeah, let me share this file. Okay,
Okay.
so white con, or I will share this in WhatsApp group. Will it work? Or you can take the screenshot now. Take the screenshot now. Okay,
Okay.
just this thing is required there. Now let us work with, similarly now let us work with our admin login is now working. That means now admin is logged in actually. If I go there, you see admin login is working properly. Now if I go to the inspect of this and to console, this is view, because these are not already defined. Admin is not defined, user login, manager login are not defined. That's why it is showing this warnings. Here is that. Here is a local storage you see. And the thing which we have saved here is your admin token. This is the token which is coming from the backend. Okay, this is clear. In application, you go to the local storage and see here. This is your token, which is
Hello.
coming from the backend and it is getting saved. Hello?
Can you please repeat this? Actually, I think I now see.
This is the token which is coming from the backend and saved here. If I refresh the page, this token will still remain here until it becomes invalid. So let me just close the browser and open the browser again. Now this token will be removed from the browser. So I go to admin login and see inspect applications. You see admin token, it is still there, but it would be, it is still there, it is working there because of the, what I call this, till the time duration we have defined it. It will be valid, and after this it will become invalid. So that's why the issue comes with JWT token is that you cannot invalidate a token. It becomes invalid only after a certain time. So that's why when we do logout thing, so we just remove this token from the local storage. Even if I come here and try to log in, if I try to go to admin/admin, I will be able to go this admin because already this token is there in the storage. It is just like that you are going and saving your credentials in your local system for your Facebook or Instagram profile, and when you come back, it says that login and login. And sometimes you see that Google says verify again, right? So that thing is, you can think this thing is similarly as that way, that whenever Google says verify again, then in that scenario it resets your token after, let's say, 5 days or 10 days, or after a certain time when you not use your browser, so it resets your token at that time. Clear? So this token is valid till your you are not logging out. This token will be saved in your system.
It is not related to cache, right? It's not related to cache, correct?
Yeah, it is not related to cache.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is working fine. Now let us just copy the admin login completely to make it user login. Okay. Because there will be 3 logins now. Structure get confused. Let's close this backend first. Where is the src components? New file user dot view. Just paste the complete code here. Control A, Control I for see the magic. Alt accept. Now this is done. Your user login is working now.
Okay, means you have done control A whole of the thing.
Control I. Let me do Control Z again. Okay. Control Z again. This is my admin login. I have copied pasted, right?
Means you have selected
Because
all the things, right? Uh,
yeah, select
Means
all the
methods
things.
also. Methods also.
Yeah, methods also, yes. Now let me
Okay.
show the backend. Let's check main.py. See, the auth API is API.login only, right? And it logs in whether the user is admin, user, or a manager. So it logs in for everyone. Clear? So route will remain the same. Go to this folder, user login. I am pasted this admin login only. So Control A, Control I, just write update. See what all things are required. It will update that. And now just do Alt approve, Alt A. So now your user login page is also created. Whatever error is coming from there, just remember that it has changed this, thinking that this the API is different, but it is not. Okay. Also, it is setting the user token. Instead of just think it like whenever there is any admin thing, it will remove that admin thing and make it user. Okay. Now let's see who are the users in our database. So user is user1@gmail.com 2030. Okay. So user. Okay, we have not defined it yet. Huh? So index.js. Okay, so we will take it later. See, it is coming automatically. I am not doing much. Refresh the page. User login is working. What was the user? User1@gmail.com and 2030. 2030. Login successful. Clear? Just with one click, your user login is also ready. If you want to update it to look some other look, you can update that also. There is no issues in that. Okay. Now let us create manager login. Clear? You can also have a same login page for all of them, or you can have the different login page for all of them. That is completely up to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I have a separate login page for admin and separate login for one page for means customer and manager that was one page for customer
Okay.
manager and other page for admin.
In that scenario, what you can do is just like an admin login, just make this normal login page, है ना? Or after that, just do this thing that whatever be the role you are getting some role from the, let's say I write this instead of this admin token, if I call it result dot role. Okay, so result dot role will give me the user role, and I am setting this as per the role. So now it will work for this page. Now will work for, let me update this also, slash let us write like that.
You got my point. Like I have made one page for means customer and manager as you say, and one page I have made for means admin.
Admin. Yes, I got it. Result dot, okay, result dot role. So let us just do this plus yes. Now this thing will work on every page. This thing for you will work on every page. This admin, this is just looking like admin login, but it will work even for user login. It will work even for any other type of login.
Okay, means customer,
Okay.
professional, admin, whosoever is.
Yeah,
they can
this
log
is
in.
now this is universal login, you can say. Okay,
Oh,
let me go to the admin login now. Let me go to refresh the page. We go to admin login and see the users. Let me try to log in as manager1@gmail.com and 2030. Okay. Admin login. At 2030. Login successful. Now you see it is returning undefined because of this reason. Now where is that? Admin login.view. Yeah, because of this result.role. So even though this role would be stored in the database, in the what I was calling is not database, but in the local storage. So go to application, local storage, you see undefined. Okay. And every time it is coming same or different. It is initials are same, remainings are different, right? Okay, oh, yeah. Initials are same, remainings are different. So admin token is there, then user token is there. Undefined, it is stating that it has not got this result dot role here. So what is this result? Await response or JSON. So this result dot message. Okay, then what is this result we are getting? What is auth API? Okay, sorry. We should have written result dot user underscore role. That will work now, because this is what it is returning. So let us go there, admin login, and write result dot user underscore role. Similarly here, underscore role. Now you see what will happen. This login is now our universal login. See, there are 3 tokens. Now let us write again. Manager 2 at and 2030. Let me log in. Login successful. Now you see manager is coming here. Data manager is logged in. Now you can say this is your
got it.
universal login.
Got it. Got it.
Clear?
Clear. Clear.
So let me do it as usual. Make it admin only. Okay. User login is there. Then user token it saves. And also you can check if the person logging in from this API, because this API is defined for user as well and admin as well. Now let us go there in the app and try to log in as this. In the admin login, let us try to log in as the user. Okay. So in the admin login, let us try to log in as user. One. It is saying login successful, but the thing is, it is redirecting us to admin dashboard. Okay. So this thing you can also handle here. That role should be, if we are on this page, then we also check the role also. Okay. So
So
how
you
to
are
check
not
this
on the
role?
correct page, like this.
Yeah, you are. You can say. You can say some other error message like that. Not authorized to access this page. Okay. So this error message is there. Response is not okay, and if response is okay, then before alerting this error message, just check. Okay, if because result is already there, but user underscore role equal admin, then alert login successful, else, and then do this, else do showcase that, else show the alert that not defined. Okay, else alert not authorized to view this page. Okay, this is how it will work. Now catch something we lost. Okay, fine. If result is returning result and issue. Yeah. Sorry. This is how it should be, na? I was using Python inside JS. So this is how it will look like. Is it user login? No, right. Yes, it is user login. At user login, I was checking the admin credential. User login. If user role is user, then login successful. User token. Set the user token and push to user. Okay. Else alert not authorized. Clear? Now let us go to user login and see what happens. Refresh this page. Go back again. User login. Try to log in as manager. 2030. 2030. Not authorized. Clear? At the user
Yes,
login page, I was trying to access using the manager credentials, but I am not authorized. Okay. So this is how it will work. Just what thing I changed, just everything is just what you have to be careful is for this thing. How will it look like? Okay. And then what thing will be visible here? Like this handling errors and all. And I would strongly suggest use these things tab 9 or Codium, so your errors would be as minimum as possible, because the errors you see while even using this Codium and tab 9, errors are coming. And what kind of errors are coming? Like sometimes we are not closing this bracket and all, sometimes this something else, right? So it will help us rectify the issues earlier. Okay, alert not authorized, or just make that error message is, or error message is not authorized. You can also do this thing. Okay, now let us did this thing in admin dashboard also. Do the same thing, copy pasting. Else copy this admin login. Let us just paste this. Okay, let us check this. Okay, then admin redirect to admin. Okay, then alert this. Now let us just copy this complete page. Copy, and let us create manager login. Paste it here. Control A, Control I. Now you see the magic. Alt accept. That is all. Our manager login is also ready now. Before this, let us import manager login. Na? Okay, now just copy pasting. Then now your all the logins are ready. Let us go to manager login. 2030. Login successful. We are on the manager dashboard now. Clear? Okay. So I was thinking of sign up also today, but no worries, we will do sign up tomorrow. Okay, the as sign up will be again as simple as this. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubts in anything?
No, no, no.
Just now you understand this that this is basic thing. Just template. Template can be made using this Codium or AI anything, or you can even write simple template. It is none of the concern. How does it look like? Okay. Then export default main things comes here. What is the thing you are exporting? So you are exporting this complete data, then methods, and then all in the script. Clear?
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes, clear.
Okay. So let me end this. Okay. So thank you for joining. So tomorrow what we do is tomorrow we will what else is left? Let me just check once. What are all the APIs first? Na? So as per the APIs thing, this tomorrow what we do first we create the user sign up and then manager sign up. This is the sign up using the sign up API. Okay. After then we are done with sign up API, we will do for the user dashboard. Sorry, admin dashboard because admin has the most functionalities, right? So admin dashboard has the functionality for getting all the managers, and then this is for returning all the managers. Okay, means activating any manager, making it activate or approving. Then after this, we will do this thing. Admin dashboard we will do tomorrow. Sign up we will do. Then this admin dashboard sign up of user sign up and login manager sign up. After this, we go to this products page category thing. Category API has these things like category resource and all. So in this, what all things we need to do? Firstly, we have to create a category, edit a category, delete a category by the admin. And if the user is not admin, then we have to check those things as required. Okay. And every time, and also tomorrow I will be setting that thing or changing that thing also like get JWT entity using JSON dumps because the issue which you also have faced, I will also going to face tomorrow because it will not be converting this JWT required thing. It will not be using
JSON
this
dumps
properly.
and JSON dumps and
JSON
JSON
loads.
load. Hmm.
Yes, yes. That thing I have taught to in one meet. I have taught to Sid. So Sid Siddharth, whatever is his name. So
Actually, the thing is, I can do what Adit tell, but the thing is, I've done major of the things in backend now, so I don't want to do again all the things. So I search, so I got these terms and it was got working also.
yeah, yeah, that is the issue. The issue comes because of this little bit changes in string encoding
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
Ubuntu and the Windows. So in Windows, generally normal encoding, but if you do it using JSON terms, then it is system independent. Whether you do it in Ubuntu or you do it in Windows, it will work fine. But if you do it like that way, which Aditya has done, so in that scenario, it doesn't work in Ubuntu. So later at time, if anytime you are trying to run the application in some Ubuntu system, then it will show that error. Okay.
So you
So
are uploading the video or some other guy is uploading the video?
Which video?
This video once it is completed. Actually, my concern is like if it means uploaded in Excel early tomorrow means early morning, so I can go through once again these things so that I can simultaneously start this front end also.
Yeah, actually, I do not upload. Someone else uploads this. Chai Square
Okay, okay.
uploads.
Okay, can you please ping him once so that he can upload? Means
Okay, okay. As soon as
I
this,
think
after the
ha
meet
ha.
recording gets available, some after late, little bit late, right? So
I
as soon
think
as it's available,
actually he uploads by 11 a.m. or something like that, 11 or later on. And
okay,
by
so I will ask
time
him
I go to office
earlier.
and also, yeah, please.
Okay, okay, okay. So thank you for joining.
Thanks, Ajit.
Good
Good
night.
night.
We'll meet
Good
you
night.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.